Lakers sold for a record-breaking price. New owner has a direct family tie to the White House. The seller is under active federal investigation. A separate billion-dollar deal just collapsed for the same buyer. The White House forced to issue a denial. Is this really just business or something bigger? This could be the most talked about ownership change in NBA history. Welcome back to the channel, your home for the latest Lakers news, ownership updates, and breaking developments around the league. Before we get into it, let us know in the comments, do you think politics played any role in this sale? Let's get into it. Mini headline. The Lakers have officially changed hands again, and this time, for a historic price. Context: it's only been about 14 months since Mark Walter took full control of the franchise at a then-record valuation. Now, the team is already changing ownership again, and the new price tag has shattered every previous benchmark in sports history. Source: according to reporting from ESPN, Josh Kushner, founder of the venture capital firm Thrive Capital, and former Disney CEO Bob Iger have agreed to buy a controlling stake in the Lakers from Mark Walter. Mechanics: the deal values the franchise at roughly $12.5 billion, making it the largest sale of a professional sports team in history. That's a jump of over $2 billion from the valuation Walter paid barely a year ago. Why it matters? A number like that doesn't just say something about the Lakers. It says something about where the entire sports ownership market is heading. Franchises are now being treated less like teams and more like trophy assets for the world's wealthiest investors. Obstacle: but the size of the check isn't actually the most talked about part of this deal. Debate: the real story isn't the money, it's who is writing it. That's not the only reason this deal has people talking. Mini headline. The buyer's last name has ignited a wave of speculation. Context: Josh Kushner isn't just any billionaire investor. He's the younger brother of Jared Kushner, President Trump's son-in-law and senior advisor. Source: that family connection, combined with unusual timing around the sale, has fueled online theories that the Trump administration may have had some hand in pushing this deal forward. Mechanics: here's why people are connecting the dots. Mark Walter, the seller, is currently facing a federal investigation tied to alleged financial issues at insurance companies he controls. Weeks before the Lakers deal was announced, a separate Kushner-led plan to buy into a FIFA commercial subsidiary, a deal reportedly worth billions, had just collapsed. Two major transactions, both touching the Trump orbit within weeks of each other. Fit: for people already skeptical of how business and politics mix in this administration, the pattern was too convenient to ignore. Obstacle: the theories generally break down two ways. One version suggests the federal probe into Walter was used as leverage to push him towards selling. The other suggests Walter offered the team up himself, hoping a friendly sale might ease the pressure of that same investigation. Debate: neither theory has been proven. But in a moment where nearly every major transaction gets scrutinized for hidden motives, the coincidence was enough to set the internet on fire. Consequence: the pressure got loud enough that the White House felt the need to respond directly, and that response is where things get even more interesting. Mini headline. The White House stepped in to shut the rumors down. Context: once speculation started spreading across sports and political media alike, reporters went straight to the source for comment. Source: a White House spokesperson told Front Office Sports plainly that the sale has nothing to do with President Trump or his administration. Mechanics: Thrive Capital, Kushner's own investment firm, backed that up with its own statement, calling the speculation false. Fit: on paper, that should be the end of it. Official denials from both the government and the buyer's company. Obstacle: but denials rarely kill a story like this completely, especially when the underlying family ties are real and well documented, even if the specific claim isn't proven. Consequence: which raises the next question fans have been asking. Just how political is Josh Kushner, really? That question actually has a more complicated answer than most people expect. Mini headline. The man at the center of the controversy doesn't fit the narrative people assumed. Context: given the family name, most assumed Josh Kushner shared his brother's political alignment. Source: but according to multiple reports, Kushner has described himself as a lifelong Democrat with a years-long track record of donating to Democratic campaigns. Mechanics: he has never held a formal or informal position in the Trump White House, unlike his brother Jared, who served as an advisor during Trump's first term and has continued in an informal role during the second, including as a special envoy involved in Middle East negotiations. Fit, that distinction matters. It means the connection people are reacting to isn't Josh Kushner's own politics. It's simply the family he was born into. Obstacle. Still, the Kushner name carries history beyond just Jared. Their father, Charles Kushner, was pardoned by Trump during his first term following federal charges that included tax evasion and fraud. Debate. So even with Josh Kushner personally distancing himself from Trump's politics, the family's broader history with the president keeps the connection alive in the public eye. Fair or not? Away from the politics, there's still the basketball side of this story that fans actually care about. Mini headline. Regardless of the politics, the Lakers now have a new ownership group to answer to. Context. Ownership changes at this level almost always ripple into how a franchise operates. Spending, front office philosophy, and long-term direction can all shift. Source. Bob Iger's involvement adds another layer, since he's stepping into a much more hands-on ownership role after years of running one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world, Mechanics. Neither Kushner nor Iger has laid out a detailed public vision yet for how the franchise will be run day to day. Fit. For a team built around chasing more championships, fans will be watching closely to see whether new ownership means more aggressive spending or a more cautious, business-first approach. Obstacle. And with so much attention on the political noise surrounding the sale, the basketball questions have almost taken a back seat. Consequence. The bigger question for Lakers fans isn't whether Trump was involved. It's whether this new ownership group will actually make the team better. So here's the real question. Does the Kushner-Trump connection matter at all if Josh Kushner's own politics don't align with the administration? Or is the family name enough to keep this story alive no matter what? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more Lakers news and analysis. And we'll see you in the next video.